We're often raised, at least I know I was, with a kind of ideal about America, that if you play by the rules, if you do the right thing, you're going to succeed, your government works for you, these agencies are out there to protect you, and we go on about our lives until you run into something like what Tracy had, or something like, I have a friend, Diane Thomas, who actually lived near this facility that we fought. We were able to keep out, they dropped numbers. We did not have an ordinance. They put in 2,450. This is what I collected off of her property, excuse me, on Wednesday. On her property, there is 600,000 gallons of untreated pig manure that is spread all over our community. The one facility, 2,450 pigs, creates over 2 times the waste of our entire township of over 4,000 people. Same water contamination. Her husband, well, here's the story. She called me up on Wednesday to come out. We had a nor'easter. I guess you guys probably heard about it. We had 2 days of pretty heavy rain mixed in with snow. The gentleman decided to spread after and during the nor'easter. Well, the ground's saturated. It has nowhere to go, so where does it go? Runs off into the water. It runs off into the neighbor's property. Now, the reason that I have it in a jug is because this kind of stuff radicalizes normal people that I used to once be. Really. Because now I know when I call up DEP, they're not going to come out right away. I know that. They're going to come out. For example, I live across the street from, they put in 100,000 chickens across the street. 20,000 died. Community was never told. My child was coming out of the bathtub with palm-sized blisters on his entire body. Here's a picture of his back. You'll see the same kind of thing. I see the same kind of thing with the Marcellus, where they're doing the shale on the children. I had to rush him to the hospital 3 times. I called up our Department of Environmental Protection. Took 3 weeks, and me taking a video showing the water running off and handing it to a reporter until DEP knocked on my door the next day. And then they told me, it's after the fact, it's too late to test the water. So now I know better, multiple things. You know, we've had spreading in the middle of blizzards. It's all going into the water. This is from this one right now. I mean, it's the same contamination. I will say my friend now is renting a duplex about 20 miles away. And the reason that she's renting it is because her well got contaminated. They drilled another well like Tracy. Their second well is contaminated. Their nitrates are 25. Non-potable is 10. My friend Diane has had MRSA in her nose. She's had 3 operations. She has lesions on her brain from the gases, releases hydrogen sulfide and ammonia, like hydrogen sulfide is one of the gases with the drilling. Christopher, her son, his ear would just start bleeding at the kitchen table at breakfast for no reason. Mulaney had neurological problems, that's her daughter, 52 times in 1 year. She had to go to the nurse, and I think 2 times out of that had to be rushed to the hospital with neurological issues. Her husband, Mark, was in an infectious disease facility in Virginia with his hip. He had also staph infection and $600 a week in antibiotics going into him.